Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the Mesa Nerds. If you're new here, I'm so glad to have you. This is going to be part one, I guess, of a beginner series for Disney Dreamlight Valley. I have a couple of friends interested in playing the game because I've been talking about it so much. So I just want to share my 300 hours plus things that I learned. I watch several YouTubers, so there are some probably tips that you've already heard as well as some new tips because of the new update. So let's dive in. Okay, so my first tip is going to be as soon as you get past the initial sequence quests and get into the game, there's a couple of quests that you kind of have to do before you can really start playing the simulation game. Is you're going to want to plant carrot seeds. And I know that's like, hello, I don't want to. I want to do the story. I want to do other things. But you are definitely going to want to plot out some carrot seeds. Buy them as soon as you upgrade Goofy's stall and plant them in the peaceful meadow. They do grow faster in the peaceful meadow, so I highly recommend planting them down here. And you have a 15-minute cooldown. So between every 15 minutes that your carrots are growing and you're going to be making money, you can be doing your quest, you can be doing your Dreamlight duties, and you can be completing other tasks while these carrots are growing. And that way, once they are grown and they are ready to harvest, you can grab a buddy and go ahead and harvest those. Did see at the beginning of that last clip that I made about 12,000 coins, and coins are going to be your main source of currency in the game for you to buy furniture and for you to buy cosmetic things that you are probably going to want from Scrooge's shop. He is a swindler, let's say, and he overcharges for everything. So definitely want to plot out some holes, and you can hold down your right click if you're on PC or whatever control it is on the Switch. I have not played the Switch, so I'm sorry I don't know the controls offhand, but you can hold that down and dig your holes in a straight line, and that way while you are continuing to progress through the game, you're making money as well. Okay, so tip number 2, I would definitely craft the fruit salad. I believe it's one of the first things that you learn from Mickey. Craft that fruit salad with bananas. Now, I know bananas are not one of the first ingredients that you come across. It does take a little progressing through the game, so go ahead and craft it with the raspberries or the apples that you do have. But you definitely want to craft several fruit salads. And you can always go back home to replenish your energy. As you can see, I just walked in my house and replenished that. But I'm going to craft some fruit salads with a banana, and you'll see that my energy increases to have that gold bar. Now, that gold bar is important because it helps you run faster, it helps you complete tasks faster. So you definitely want to stay up to, you want to keep your energy up above to where that gold bar is in there. And just creating a fruit salad with banana is going to do that for you. So just spam these. Unfortunately, with the fruit salad, you can't just autofill, but eventually later on in the game, you're going to want to make a berry salad, and those you can autofill. So just keep that in mind when you are creating a dish for energy. Okay, so my next tip is going to be to complete your Dreamlight duty tasks. As you can see from opening my inventory, I did have 12,000 coins, or I'm sorry, 22,000 coins and about 12,000 Dreamlight. Now, Dreamlight is the second currency in the game. So you're definitely going to want to do those Dreamlight duties, and those can be found under your menu. And some of them are repeating tasks, but you definitely want to work on those while you're waiting on crops to grow, while you're waiting on quests, and things of that nature. Okay, so my next tip, are we on number 4 or 5? I don't know. Boy, it's hard keeping up with these tips. So when you are planting your gardens, I would keep your plots to no more than about 4 across. So as you can see, I have 4 rows across and then about 10 or 15 in a straight line. And that is just because when you're watering your garden, your watering can only water up to 8 plants at a time. So it just keeps the efficiency of things. You can create another plot over there to the side with like a space in between. Or you can even do them right next to each other, but you can only, as you can see, water about 8 plants at a time with your endless watering can. So definitely keep that in mind when you are digging your plots. I always did like 3 at a time or 4 at a time. Okay, so my next tip is pretty simple. You're going to want to gather enough resources to craft these small chests. Now, the small chest is the first chest that you can get in the game, that you can craft in the game, and it's pretty significant because you are going to want to keep your seeds in there. You're going to want to keep storage by your house. I keep all of my food ingredients in there, and it just keeps your inventory clean, so that way you're not constantly having to go back to your house and drop things off. You can drop things from your inventory, but early on in the game, you're definitely going to want to hoard those resources. And speaking of hoarding resources, don't sell anything except the crops that you are selling for coins. My next tip number 6, is to get these blue and green chests. Every single day, you're going to want to log in to your account. I believe the reset time for Central Standard is 2 a.m. in the morning. So as long as you are after that deadline, you can log in once a day and you will have a new blue chest awaiting you. A couple of times I have forgotten to log in, and it did give me like 2 blue chests, which is nice. They don't punish you for not logging in that day, and you do still get your chests, but I would definitely make sure that you're logging in and grabbing those chests because those are your moonstones, which are the 3rd currency important in the game. So moonstones are going to be used for things like cosmetics, the premium shop, the star path, things like that you might want to purchase, things that you cannot normally get in the game. So my next tip would be to clear the night thorns. And as you can see, if you do those, there are some mini games you can run around and grab the coins, and that usually gives you a yellow chest. I didn't grab it in time, so there's that. But definitely get rid of the rocks and the night thorns. Clear your valley as much as you can, especially early on, because that is going to give you resources, and you want to save every single resource in the game. Okay, so my next piece of advice, or my next tip, number 7, is going to be new. So the game just recently updated their storage, and if you were early on in your gameplay, you might not know what is in every single chest. So these custom signposts are brand new to the game. I will possibly go later into storage in a different video, a separate video. There are tons of videos related to Dreamlight storage out there, but you can now customize the signposts for your chest. So say you want a chest dedicated to fish like I have here, you can create that for just a little bit of softwood, which is not hard to get early on in the game. It spawns very quickly and you can gather it pretty much endlessly. So I definitely recommend labeling your chest early on so you don't lose your ingredients. That's just a small little tidbit that we didn't have whenever I started playing the game, so I think this is really useful if you're just starting out. Okay, so my next tip would be, as you are putting things in your storage, there is a new smart transfer, which is also a brand new feature in Disney Dreamlight Valley. And whenever you are putting ingredients into a chest, you can lay down that chest, put a couple of the ingredients that you have in your inventory, and then you can hit T on your keyboard, and that will instantly smart transfer everything over that is related to that. So let's say you're putting vegetables in this chest, and this is going to be your vegetable chest, and you have carrots in your inventory. You have a whole bunch of stacks of carrots in your inventory. Then you can just put 1 stack in the chest and then hit T, and it will automatically transfer over all of those stacks. I hope that makes sense. I didn't have a video of that, of me doing that, but it is very helpful early on, especially saving time. Okay, so tip number 9. I guess we are at, I hope I'm not skipping these, but definitely check Scrooge's shop every single day. Now, early on, I had heard or read or whatever you want to call it, I don't know, but whenever I first started playing the game, I heard somebody else say that you need to buy everything in the shop so that it refreshes. That is not the case. It will refresh every single day whether you buy anything or not, so just keep that in mind. You don't have to spend all your coins if you don't want to. If you already have something, or if you just don't like something, chances are that it's going to refresh the next day. Now, that being said, I have left every single thing in Scrooge's shop, and it did refresh the next day, but I only got a couple of new items. So just be wary of this. Buy what you want, don't buy what you want, but definitely keep that in mind when you are checking the shop, especially early on when you are probably saving your gold coins from farming and you don't have a lot to spend. So tip number 10. I could go on and on all day, but I am going to end the video here. I do have way more beginner tips, so there'll probably be a second video. So subscribe for that if you're interested. But my last tip would be to always bring a buddy when you are farming your crops. As you can see here, the buddies do pull out extra resources. So rather than getting 1 carrot, I'm getting about 2 to 3 carrots per harvest if I have a buddy that is maxed out to level 10. So Merlin is my gardening buddy with this account, and he is definitely throwing out some extra carrots, which in turn give me extra profit. So just keep that in mind whenever you are gardening. You don't want to leave your gardening buddy behind, and that really goes for any kind of resource gathering in the game. If you're mining, you want to bring a mining buddy. If you are digging, you want to bring a digging buddy. I would say that fishing is probably not the most necessary to bring a buddy, but it is nice early on whenever you're just gathering those resources and you don't have access to Moana's boat, so you might want to bring a fishing buddy as well. Oh, and also bonus tip, if you see these golden little carrots pop up, you want to instantly spam your harvest button, which is E on the PC, or it is right click on the PC. You want to spam that as much as you can so you get as many carrots out of that as you can. I believe the max is 10 whenever you see that golden glow pop up. And also pick up your harvestables as they're still blue. If you don't, you will have to pick up 1 harvestable at a time. I have a short on my channel showing what happens when you don't gather all of the all of the vegetation, or I'm sorry, all of the vegetables as they're still glowing blue. So it's definitely something to be aware of. I learned that the hard way. Okay guys, that is the end of the video. I do have several more tips, one being to unlock your wells as quickly as possible, but we will get into that at a later date. I hope this video was helpful for you if you're just starting to play Disney Dreamlight Valley, and if you're not, what are you doing with your life? It is so much fun and it is a great game. So if you're a Disney nerd like I am, or if you have a little bit of that magical kid-like feeling in your heart, you definitely should try this game. So thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you on the next one. Subscribe and comment and like if you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.